It's the next day here at Camp KM6TWI.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Punk Rock Ham Radio, where punk rock and ham radio collide.
I got one last adventure planned for this trip. There's the 3 Dune Challenge, a little hike over this way somewhere. 3 sand dunes, Mount Tom, Mount something, and Mount something. So let's go check that out. I have been staring at this place on the map for so long now, and there's tons of trails at Indiana Dunes National Park. It's not Yosemite, but it's a really cool place. Definitely the most interesting place that I've been since being out in Indiana. So I just had breakfast, I had my coffee, and I'm about to gear up and go. I'm not really gonna do that much ham radio wise up there. I'm gonna bring my HT with me, and maybe we'll call CQ on the calling frequency on 2 meters, just like the good old days as a technician in Southern California doing summits on the air. We'll be beginning some APRS and just stuff like that. This is what I was working with last night, the 40 meters speaker wire dipole that I've been playing with. It's up higher this time on the flagpole standard thingy, but this side I didn't really have anything to tie it off over there without, you know, getting too close to the neighbor's camp. So it's kind of an inverted V, and then it's wrapped around the tree that way. The SWR was perfect, like way higher outside of the ham band. It was a 7.368 or something. It was like 1-to-1. Something to do with the distance above ground, because it's higher than I've gotten it before, and it's more of a inverted V this time, and the car is underneath it too. I don't know if that affects it or not, but it worked good enough to get the park activated last night, and I had a ton of fun. So let's go have some more fun going on an adventure and see what kind of cool lake views we'll find out there, trudging through the sand up to sand dunes. So join me, join the adventure, and subscribe to Punk Rock Ham Radio. It helps out the channel tremendously, and I greatly appreciate your support. This is KM6TWI for Punk Rock Ham Radio. Let's go on a hike. Dunes Nature Preserve. This is the other 3-fer within Indiana Dunes National Park. It's like right over here, so I'll be back, and that's all I have to say about that. This is like the first time I've like seen a trail system of trails you can actually go on hikes to. And look, I have 1, 2, I have 3 choices to make. Thanks for coming along on the adventure. Let's figure out which way to go next. This is the way. 3 Dune Challenge up here. It looks the most important way to go because it has that sign on it and these ones don't. I got my Gaia GPS out. I can keep track of where I've been and make decisions on where to go next. Still walking, got up that first hill. That's the way that I came, and this is the way that I'm going. I don't have APRS mute on, so I could hear all of the APRS noises. I'm just playing around with it. Not really using it for anything. It's just fun. I'm beaconing. I don't have no idea if it's getting out, but I'm picking up some stations though, so just being sure that my APRS on my FT5 still works, because I don't think I've ever used it for anything out here in Indiana. I wonder if there's a way to spot yourself for POTA using APRS. There probably is. Actually, if you know about that, leave me a comment in the comment section below the video. I would greatly appreciate it. I know there's a couple ways you can do with WindLink and JS8 call to spot yourself, but you need to be really specific about the command line that you punch into there. And then depending on what I'm doing, if I'm doing, you know, a single sideband, then I also have to switch from digital back to phone. That all sounds like fun to play with. I mean, I have cell phone service at most of these places, but when I was activating SOTA in California, APRS to SOTA, it's just you send an APRS message, like a little text message, but also very specific information, beacon it out, and blam, here I am on the spotting page. Because there's no cell phone service on top of those mountains, which I kind of miss that, getting like off-grid enough where there's not even any cell phone service. Oh look, another intersection. I'm gonna go this way. That's the way that I came. Little sand dune ridgeline. Oh, I think that's the top up there. All right, I'll see you guys at the top. Almost there. And look, I'm getting above the trees, above most of the trees over there. I'm walking down the dune now. I think I'm going down a dune and then up a dune, walking towards Lake Michigan. APRS is working. I can hear signals on 146.52, and I've gained a whole 127 feet in elevation gained. Oh, how cute. But I'll take it. For contrast, you know, just like any other day in California going up Mount Baldy, you're gaining like 4,000 feet in elevation, and one hike, well, what is it, like, how many, it's like 12 miles round trips, I don't know, like 6 miles up, yeah, 4,000 feet elevation gain. That was a good time, good times, but let's take this. And it's so different, everything is so different here. So every place I go is a new adventure, getting to explore new places that I haven't been before, whether it's a mountaintop or a sand dune or the Great Lakes. Welcome to the top of that slope. That's the way we're gonna go next. But look at this view. That is awesome. Before I leave this place this weekend, I am gonna go dunk my head in the water. I'm not going swimming in that lake. These lakes are spooky, man. They're these big, giant, wild sea lakes. Like, what if the Mothman from Chicago at the bottom of the lake over there comes over here and gets me? I don't know. I would rather fight sharks in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California than do anything more than dip my toes or my head after a good hike. All right, let's call CQ152. Here's some people rag chewing, but I think they've stopped now. Is the frequency in use? Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India. All right, good. Nothing heard. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India, calling CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air on 5-2 from Indiana Dunes State Park. Calling CQ Parks on the air, listening. And silence. There's somebody there in the noise, but CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India, calling CQ POTA. CQ POTA from Indiana Dunes State Park, listening. No. Frequency is in use. I'll try a few more times and then I'm running out of time. I gotta go take my campsite down and check out of here by 2 o'clock. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India, calling CQ POTA from Indiana Dunes National Park and State Park. This is all I really brought with me, radio-wise. Not a big deal. I already got these parks activated last night, same UTC day. If I walked up this sand dune with a radio and didn't call CQ on 146.52, that would just be wrong. So let's give this a few more tries and then move on with our day. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India, calling CQ POTA. CQ POTA from Indiana Dunes. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't think they can hear me. I can really only hear that if I open up the squelch. Kilo Delta. Oh, Kilo Delta 9 again. Well, Kilo Delta 9 Victor Bravo Echo, got you in the log. I'm at 2 parks at Indiana Dunes, so thanks for picking me up on 2 meter simplex.
Yeah, I get you probably about, I don't have a message here, but I might guess possible you're about a 5.5, 5.6.
Roger that, you're about a 5 and 5 also. I'm just on a 5 watt HT with one of those signal stuff antennas.
Copy that. Happy POTA.
Happy POTA, POTA hard, POTA on, POTA always. Thank you so much. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India for Parks on the Air, listening. Woohoo! I got one. Give it one more CQ and then move on. I got one, so I don't really need to make 10 contacts right now to activate the park because I already activated the park. Last try, last try. Parks on the air, Parks on the air. Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India. QRT for now, unless I get up high on another sand dune somewhere. All right, I'm ready to keep hiking. We're at a hole 184 feet in elevation above Lake Michigan on Mount Holden. There's even a summit marker here, 184 feet. So I figured this was the tallest dune out here, maybe, probably, I don't know. So it seemed like a good spot to call CQ, but I gotta keep marching. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a single episode of Punk Rock Ham Radio. I just came down there. I'm down here now, about to go up that way. And there's another intersection here. The lake's over that way somewhere, but the hike I want to go on, it's gonna take me this way, so let's see what we find over here. Here is the summit push, the final objective today, Mount Tom. There's another bridge that goes down over that way somewhere, so lots of places to come back and explore again next time. Let's go head up Mount Tom. Oh, look, how convenient. Got some stairs. Mount Tom DeLong. Mount Tom DeLonge might be the tallest one out of these 3 dunes. Mount Holden, Mount Jackson, and Mount Tom DeLonge. I made it on top of Mount Tom DeLonge. Yeah, so this is the biggest one by 8 feet or something. Mount Jackson, Mount Holden, Mount Tom. Cool. Look at this view. This is awesome. Mount Tom. Oh, it's named after Lieutenant Tom Brady. Okay. Sorry, Tom DeLonge. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the south end of Lake Michigan over there. You can see like some factory smokestack Rust Belt looking things over there. That's probably Gary, Indiana on that side. And then just on that side is Illinois and Chicago. So from here you can like get this whole U-turn cul-de-sac thing on the southern end of Lake Michigan, and you can see all the way across the lake. And Chicago, I think, is behind those bushes.
November 2, Victor Romeo, Quebec. Anybody on front?
Oh, there. Last station, come back. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India. Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India. Calling CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. 2 parks at Indiana Dunes State National Park. Any station, please come now. These guys are rag chewing. I don't think they can hear me, so I don't think I'm interfering with them. And for all I know, he's running a ridiculous amount of power. There's some people coming, so. Very informative signage here. Lake Michigan. It was formed by a glacier, by a lobe of the Wisconsin Glacier. The lobe halted to the south, depositing debris in a ridge or a moraine. This moraine, called the Valparaiso moraine, is the most distant ridgeline. So I guess that's what that is. That's where we are, and that's a glacier, and it's a moraine, just another word for sand dune. I have no idea. It's got little trees and little hills. And this is really cool. Lake Michigan has changed size many times over thousands of years. Each time it has left the imprint of its former shoreline. There's a Valparaiso moraine. Looks like it's the top of the sand dune. Look at all these beach levels. Here's where the lake is today in 2024. We're up here at the end of the Ice Age. Glaciers retreated and re-advanced several times. This resulted in changing lake levels in ancient Lake Michigan. When lake levels rose, the Lake Michigan shoreline would move to the south. The second most distant ridge line visible is the Calumet Beach. It was Lake Michigan's shoreline over 10,000 years ago. Wow. So these ridge lines are the ancient shores, the ancient beaches of Lake Michigan. Going down the stairs now. I don't think the camera's picking it up, but there's Chicago right there. Lake Michigan is about approximately 118 miles wide, according to Uncle Google. Oh, that's cool. I can see for 100 miles. I'm just excited to be out here and gain some higher ground and get outside and see stuff. Let's figure out where to go next. Well, okay, thanks for joining me on another adventure. I'm about to wrap this up. You can see the parking area coming up over there. It's about a 2-mile hike. I got 2 hikes in this trip. The one yesterday at Dunes Prairie State Nature Preserve. This is the 3 Dunes Challenge. It's about 2-mile hike today, a 3-mile hike yesterday. I haven't gone on a hike like this in like 3 or 4 years now, so definitely needed that. When I first got here, I was kind of bummed out about not having any mountains in sight for hundreds of miles. I got 1 contact on 2-meter simplex, so that was fun. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys all had a great weekend spending time outside.
Thanks for joining me on another Punk Rock Ham Radio adventure. This is Alan, KM6TWI. Thanks for watching and 7-3.